Hello guys, how are you doing today? All right, so welcome to today's class. I just thought to make this very practical. So we're going to be making something very simple, very simple. This is basically for beginners, right? But if this is something you also do not know how to make, I'll probably calculate very well. Please do well to watch this video. It will be helpful to you, okay? So we're going to be making a circle skirt, So we're going to be making a circle skirt, and it's actually a half circle skirt, right? So there are different types of circle or different level of circle. You have the 90-degree circle, you have the 180-degree circle, you have the 270-degree circle, you have the 360-degree circle, you have the 720-degree circle, you have the 1140-degree circle, right? And then you also have the 1004. So it's an addition of 90, right? So we are very clear on how to calculate this thing. We have the 90-degree circle, okay, and then I said we have the 180-degree circle, so it is 90 times 2 gives you 180, okay, and then we also have the 720-degree circle, okay, and then you have the 360-degree circle. Now these four circles I have mentioned are the quarter circle, the half circle, right, the 3/4 circle, and then the full circle, right? The full circle is 360 degree. So this 360, how we came about this four circles that I just mentioned is it is in us dividing the 360 by 4. So when you divide 360 by 4, what you're going to have is 90. So this is it, 360 divide 4. So you see, if you can see this very well, it gives you 90, or it gives you 90, okay? So your 360 you divide by 4, so it gives you, quarter of a circle. So in more cases than often, people use the half circle, which is 180 degree, okay? So this is also subject to the things, the fullness of the circle you want to achieve, okay, or what you want to do. Depends on the kind of peplum also you want to achieve. Now, going away from the full circle, we have the double circle, which is your 360 times 2. It will give you 720. We also have the three double circles, okay? These three double circles is okay, so we have the three double circles. The three double circles is in you putting together your 360 in three places, okay? It will give you three double circle. And now we have the four double circle, okay? The four double circle is the 1000. So let me calculate it. 360 times 4, okay? Exactly, I mentioned it earlier, 1440, okay? This 1440 is in you putting together the 360 circles in four places, okay? So when you put that kind of circle together, what you're going to be having is a very wavy kind of peplum, either a peplum, or depending on what you are making, it could be a peplum, it could be a skirt, okay? It depends on what you want to achieve. What you want to achieve is what determines how many of the circle you use. However, some people have found it difficult to calculate this, okay? So in another tutorial, I am going to teach you how to calculate the 90-degree circle. I will teach you how to calculate the 720-degree circle. I will also teach you how to calculate the 1140. So let me see that third one, 360 times 3, okay? Okay, 1180, so I don't confuse you. So there is a 360, there is a 720, there is a 1080-degree circle, there is a 1440. The 1080-degree circle is a three circles in your 360 circles in three places, okay? Your 360 circles in three places. Hope I am not confusing you, okay? So we have the full circle, which is 360, okay? We have the 720 circle, which is your double circle. We have the 1080-degree circle, which is your three circles, your three quarter. No, not it's not a quarter. It's not a quarter. I don't know what name to use for that right now, but it is your 360 in three places, okay? And then you have the four circle, which is the four circle in one, which is your 360, which is your 360 in four places, okay? They all have their formulas on how to calculate them, all right? But if you are able to calculate for your 360 and your, yes, be able to calculate for your 360, it will be easier for you to calculate for those other ones, okay? So it's just in you putting together all of the circle. So for instance, I have taught this in several tutorials here on this channel or wherever you are watching this from. But for today, let us stick to it for today so we don't make mistake. But I've just made you understood the fact that I want to reiterate this. There are different level of circles, okay? So I will start from the beginning. You have the 1/4 circle, which is known as 90-degree circle. You also have the half circle, which is also referred to as semicircle, is half circle. That is known as 180-degree circle. You have the 270, which is your 3/4 circle, okay? And then you have your 360, which is a full circle. Now that full circle reiteration can be achieved, in 4 other places. So you have your full degree circle, you have your double degree circle, which is your 360 in 2 places. 3 degree circle, your 3rd degree circle, which is your 360 in 3 places. And then you have the fuller one, which is your 360-degree circle in 4 places. You put all of those together. By the time you are done, it's looking like a gathered skirt, and a pleated, it gives you that pleating or that gathered energy and all. Okay. Hope I have been able to explicitly analyze this and you were able to capture something from it. So for today, we are staying on how to cut a semicircle, okay, which is the 180-degree circle. The reason why we are staying on this today is because we are cutting a long skirt. So the length of what you are cutting also determine how many of the circles you want to use, okay, except you have so much fabric. But for the benefit of this class, we are having just 6 yards of African print. So we are going to be doing a 180-degree circle skirt because the length is long. And then there are 2 ways you can achieve your flay or your circle, either the triangular method or the square method. This depends on the length of what you want to cut or what you want to achieve, either the triangular method or the square method. And there are 2 formulas to achieve this. You have your circumference. Divided by 6.28 to give you your radius. You also have your circumference divided by 3.14 to give you your radius. Okay? Your circumference is the measurement around your waist. Hope you understand that. The measurement around your waist. For instance, now I'm going to measure mine so you see what it looks like. Okay? So this is my circumference right about now, right? And it says 33. This is my circumference, okay? So this circumference, depending on which of the circle you want to achieve. I want to achieve a 180-degree circle, which is a half circle. I am going to be using a 3.14. The reason also is because the length of the circle or the flay is long, okay? So you determine what you want to do. It will enable you to know which of the formula to use. Do you understand? I have spent 10 minutes in explaining just this. All right, so the next thing we are going to do now is opening this up. We're going to be opening this up, all right? I'm going to be opening this up. So my circumference, I mean for the clients, it's not a personal outfit, is 37 inches. So we're going to be dividing that 37 inches by 3.14. That is the formula, okay? So when I divide 37 divide 3.14, I'm going to be having 11.78, right? So I'll just approximate it to 12, which is 12 inches. Just hold that, somewhere. That 12 inches right now is our radius, okay? And then that 12 inches we just got now, I'm going to add it to the length of my skirts. Now the length of the skirt from the waist to the hem, to the floor, where the person wants it or the client wants it to get to, is 43 inches, okay? So I am going to impute 43 inches on my calculator and then add my 12 inches. Don't forget the 12 inches is the radius. 12 inches. So what I have is 55 inches. I have a total of 55 inches right about now. So this 55 inches, we need it in 2 places. As a matter of fact, this is how to calculate. When you calculate it this way, you will know the amount of fabric you need, to achieve your circle. Be it a half circle, be it a peplum, be it a 3/4 circle, be it a long circle. If you calculate it this way, you will know how many yards you need either for yourself or for your clients. Do you understand? Yes, I want to believe you do. So we have 55 inches. That 55 inches, I'm going to times it by 2. It will give me 110 inches. So how do you know how many yards you need, okay, for this? 110 inches, I'm going to be dividing that by 36. So let's go. 110 divide 36. How did we get that 36? That 36 is your yardage, right? Okay. So what I have is open up 3 yards 0.5 inches. Okay. So I have 3.05. So this has told me what or how many yards I need for this skirt. What I need is 3 yards and 5 inches. Do you understand? Do you see how simple this is? Very simple. You don't need to, it's not a guesswork, right? Okay. So it means I am safe. I'm going to be using a 3 yard for the skirt, and then the remaining fabric I'm going to be using it for the top. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to fold my fabric like this. I come like this. Please watch the way we are folding it, right? I come like this. I'm going to measure, in as much as I know that is a 3 yard that I require, I'm still going to measure my 55 inches, but I'm going to be adding like 2 inches to it, because when we fold, we get to lose some of the centimeters and all. So this is my 55 inches. 55, where are you? So I have my 55 inches, and I'm going to be adding like 2 more inches to either like 57, okay, to be on the safe side. And then I'm going to fold it up like this, okay, to give me my double. You know, I told you it's 55 divided by 2. So this is 155 and this is the other 55, right? Good. So I come like this. I fold like this. Okay. I fold it like that. Open up. So this is what we have. So this is it. So we have our 55, 55 in 2 places. This is one, right? And then in folding in circle, I haven't gotten it this way. I will now bring it like this. See what I'm doing? Like this. And then I will bring it like this. You see? To form a triangle. To form a triangle. I will bring this like this to form a triangle. Please note that we may have to join at some point to get the full length, okay? Because this African print, as you can see, I have folded my triangle. I'm going to lay it on the floor and then I'm going to cut, but of course I'm going to carry you along, okay? Let me lay it, arrange it, and then I show you. So I was trying to say something, okay, that we have to join at the bottom. The reason we're going to join at the bottom is because African print ends at 45 inches, okay? So if it were to be other sample fabric, curtains, crepe, and the rest, they get up to like 60 inches. Some even get up to like 70, 72 inches. So if we were to be using this kind of fabrics, we won't have any need to join. But because we are using Ankara and it ends at 45 and our measurement is longer than 45, we'll have to join. But I'm going to show you everything, okay?